Is Nintendo Switch worth it in 2025 now that the Switch 2 is actually revealed? Let's see if Switch is actually worth it now. So the reason why I was actually super excited to talk about this because Switch 2 getting revealed, it got me amped up to be able to get a Nintendo Switch. Now, to make a long story short, I just got a Nintendo Switch, the actual. I just got the regular. I don't have the OLED one. And I have it in docked mode right now, and I got it actually recently. I just got it last night to be exact. And the funny thing about this, why I wanted to talk about this, because I know Nintendo. I played the OG Nintendo since day one, like NES, Super Nintendo, you know, 64, and then of course GameCube. I just never really got into the Switch aspect because when it launched, I don't know, man, I never really looked towards the Switch aspect or quote unquote console, depending on if you think if it's a console or not. I call it a console. And so is it worth it in 2025? Do you feel like you're late to the game? Do you feel like it's too dang late to like pick this up, get on board with the games that launched like since 2017 or whatever? I'll say absolutely not. I've been having a blast. Now, I've been only playing a few games so far. I have not tapped into the Nintendo library at all. So I'm super excited on this journey, especially when Switch 2 comes around. So what I'm doing right now is I'm playing catch up with some Nintendo stuff, at least some of the base game titles that we all know, from Zelda franchises to Mario franchises, probably Metroid franchises, stuff like that. And I just integrate my knowledge already of the game from the OG games, right? Like Metroid Dread, and then you get the Prime, of course, Prime Remastered. I already know a lot of that. But if you're somebody who's looking into Switch, at least, and you haven't bought one, and you have knowledge of a Switch or the Nintendo aspect, for sure. But let me go in contrast, right? If you don't have knowledge about Nintendo, it probably makes it that much better. Like, let me even break it down funnier for you. This is literally so funny. I have never played Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I barely started playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and I love that game. Online is insane. There's some beast in there. There's people that have been playing this game since launch and haven't dropped the game since. And I've been playing Super Smash a little bit. I played Mario Party a lot. Mario Party, Superstars, Jamboree a little bit. I know it's the newest one, but for some reason I like Superstars a little bit better right now, just because of how fast it is and the mini games and how simplistic it is, versus like really a lot of clutter and Jamboree and a lot of things going around, too much content, too much everywhere. So I like just covering the bases of the Mario Party game because I'm an OG player like that. So I've been playing that a little bit more. But yeah, it's a whole different journey for me, and everything about the Nintendo Switch I do like. I have it docked right now, but like what I said, just right here is so cool. The way you have your controller, everything is phenomenal. It's actually a lot larger than I thought it would be. So I thought it looks fairly small, especially when people really hype it about like the OLED version. But it looks great to me. It looks solid. It's nothing like you know what you're signing up for when you sign up for a Nintendo brand. So when I got my Nintendo Switch, I was just like, I had extra money. I don't know if I wanted to go the PlayStation 5 route because I have an Xbox Series X. I have a dual PC. I have a Quest virtual reality headset, Quest 3. And I love gaming in general. It's just sometimes my library is so backtracked. Like I got to go way back on my library of games, and Switch is one of them, right? When they say I got to catch up on my backlogs, right? You want to know what my whole dang backlog is? My whole backlog is Nintendo. I never really got into Nintendo from like 2017 onward all the way up till today. And I missed out on a lot. So I would like to say that that's on me. That's my fault that I never got into Nintendo. I'm excited right now. So those of y'all that do have any recommendations on Switch stuff, let me know. But to answer the question, quite frankly, and I know chat, y'all been asking me about this also, just is it worth it in 2025? I think so. I'm going to be posting a lot of fresh content of stuff that I never really ran into when I haven't played Switch, because how I really wanted to grab onto this Switch instead of getting a PS5 immediately was the fact that I was traveling just literally this past weekend, and I picked it up. I went to a Target. I just went and got it. I ordered online. I did it for pickup within the hour. And I was just like, you know what? I love this. It is so cool. I went and bought a nice case for it. I had my earbuds already that I use, my specialized gaming earbuds. And I was like, man, this is really cool for somebody like me who travels a lot. It's ironic that I was traveling and I never got a Switch. So if you feel like you're behind in Switch, I would say no. I would say just look at it open-minded, right? Switch is so fun. It's so great. And it's something that if you're nostalgia like me, if you're old school like me, it's the best purchase ever. But if you're even new to like everything in terms of just having a Switch or a handheld, the handheld game in general, and if you're younger, yeah, for sure, don't feel like you're behind, right? If you're willing to get something, I think I would get the Switch. Now it is fairly pricey at times, but they do have some fun little expansion packs and deals that they can get. But yeah, I was just like, man, this is one of the coolest things I've ever experienced seriously in my life. It's so hard to explain because when you look at it from the outside in, you'll think like, oh, it's just like it's targeted towards younger audiences, like the graphics, the art. But I think the graphics hold up pretty well for its age, at least for now. Like this is an older hardware now, and this is also something that was not expect. At least the gaming jumps and leaps that it has happened in overall like aspects gaming, like the tech, the GPUs, the CPUs. Nintendo still holds up. I think Mario Kart 8 looks very beautiful. When you play that and you go back to like Mario Kart like 64 and GameCube, you're like, man, this game is actually really good looking. Jamboree and Superstars, also Mario Party. I was like, man, these games look really good. Zelda games, Breath of the Wild, like that's a very good looking game. And so you'll be surprised with some of these. And the gameplay and the longevity of those games is like, man, these are good. And I think in Nintendo, when you solidify yourself as a Nintendo player, it's easy to jump in a Nintendo Switch. So that kind of like leads to my last thing, right? I know I've been a lot of yapping, but chat, y'all asked me for this. So a lot of yapping, but yes, it is because there is a lot of legacy, right? And with Switch, especially with Switch 2 coming around, it's a great way to transition yourself to see how all like the culture is within Switch. Get online, see how that feels, see how the matchmaking is, see how gaming is in totality within the Switch, see how like the interface is. It's a lot of good stuff to really warm yourself up for Switch 2. I promised myself that I wanted to get more into Nintendo this time around because my main games are like fighting games. I like playing Mortal Kombat a lot, Tekken, I play Call of Duty, of course, I play Fortnite. But I never really went back to that Nintendo route, more of a casual, because Nintendo obviously has a lot of casual games, a lot of cozy type games. And I was like, man, you know what? I might as well try that, especially when I'm traveling. But I mean, they have Mortal Kombat also. So, and I'm sure Switch 2 is going to have way more stuff because it's going to be such an update. So there's no wrongdoing in going for a Switch right now because at Direct, we don't know if we're going to even get a Direct is in April. So right now it's January, April, in case you're seeing this, depending on what month you're seeing this. But Direct is in April 2nd. You don't even know if they're going to announce a pre-order date at that point. They might just announce an actual launch date. Could be that summer or something, which would be pretty smart for Nintendo because in the summer, everybody's going to be on vacation and stuff. So that might be good to get a lot of sales also. People travel during those times. They're definitely going to want to switch to. So we don't know what's going to happen with Switch 2 at that point. It might get a little delay at that point. But yeah, we just never know now, right? Gaming's so like unpredictable these days, especially as it advances more and more. So for me, a Switch is going to be great to hold off these next few months for me to really get into my library, my backlogs, and figure out what games that I have really been missing out on. And one of them is Mario Kart Online. Since I've been playing fighting games at a high level, I'm like, yo, I need like a fun challenge. And Mario Kart has been such a fun challenge for me. I know Super Smash gets insane, but I didn't necessarily want to jump right into like a fighting game, but I will get into Ultimate pretty soon at some point. I already know how that goes because I was huge on Melee. So I was just like, oh yeah, that's pretty easy in terms of learning everything. So a lot of these games also, you can just pick them right back up from where you left off. If you played games like Smash Ultimate, if you play Smash Melee, you can pick it right back up once again. If you play any Mario Karts, you know exactly what this is all about, especially when it comes to drifting and the reverse cam or the back cam and everything like that. Aside from like gliders, like everything is pretty much the same from what you remember it. Unless you play like Double Dash a lot on GameCube. All Zelda games, RPG likes, they're all the same. So yeah, Switch is something if you're brand new, you have to really want the Switch in 2025 though, because it is older hardware, but it is very nostalgic. It is very, I don't know, it's very rewarding when you play. When I play Switch, it makes me feel like the aesthetics, how vibrant it is and how calming it is, especially if you work and you're hustling all day, you just want to kind of wind down and play some games. I feel like the Switch is my favorite route to go, or if I'm just laying in bed, if I'm just chilling, Switch is definitely something that I'm just like, yeah, this is so cool. It's going to be a great way for me to travel, lay down and chill. I can't believe I never thought of it all these years to actually do this. But I feel like now that I'm settled in now for like, I don't travel as much, but I still travel. Because before I would travel a lot more, but Here's who it is for to end the yapping session, right? I'm just excited about this. I'm really excited about this journey, y'all. It's so crazy. This is a good question. So I'm just like, dang. Here's to break it all down. Is it really worth it? Yes, in 2 factors, in my opinion. You can't be in the middle of these. You can't be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Then I think it's not worth it. Just wait. Because it is like a $400 purchase at times, depending on you want to get games and a case and accessories, the Pro controller, right? Yeah, it is a huge purchase. So here, you can't be 1 foot in without with the Switch. One definitive answer of why it is worth it is if you know your Nintendo history and you played OG games, you can pick off right where you left off with way better graphics. All the Metroids, you know, Zelda, just any franchise, all Mario franchise, from even the subgenre of Mario, right? Smash, Mario Kart, Mario Party, just we all know all that stuff. If you know your Nintendo stuff, and they give you like OG games also in expansion packs for free, some of them are, you got to pay for like 2 of them. That would be a definitive yes. That's why I picked it up. My old self loves Nintendo Switch because we played every Nintendo since launch. Hashtag old man. Yes, I know I'm old. Second definitive answer why Nintendo Switch is 100% worth it is if you are really brand new to Nintendo. You just never really had a Switch, or you're younger and you never really tapped into a lot of these games. These games, just playing one of these games will introduce you to every aspect of that game. You play one Mario Party, you get the idea of all of them. You play one Mario Kart, you get the idea of all the Mario Karts. You play any game, kind of like how every franchise game does it, right? Like the Call of Duties, the Halos. You play one of these, now you're embedded to this franchise for life. And Nintendo does that a lot. Nintendo just tries to give what everybody wants, which is nostalgia and new content. Nostalgia mixed with new content, just kind of meshing them around back and forth every time. It's a tug of war every time. Some people like a lot of nostalgia. Some people don't like it. They want new content finally. It's just like that. So those two are the definitive answers. If you're absolutely old school like me, and I'm talking about just Switch 1 because Switch 2 is already on the way, right? Do you want to drop this much money just for this? So you want to drop this much money? 1, if you're OG. 2, if you're brand new to Nintendo, if you never played any of these games and you're just like, man, I need something to pass time. Like, I'm older, I don't really play games, I'm new to playing games. These games really hold your hand into getting you into all these types of games and getting advanced and all that stuff. You know what I mean? I think Nintendo is the most welcoming when it comes to casual gamers. So that would be another thing. Brand new to just gaming in general, or if you're looking like, if you don't really want to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation home console, you want something that's a hybrid console, right? That's probably like definitive answer 2 and 3. If it's a hybrid console, remember, you can do handheld and you can do on your TV. Right now, I have it on my actual monitor. So, yeah. If you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, save your money. That's the 100%. If you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, save your money. Wait for Switch 2. Wait for the announcement in April. It's only a few months away. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm having a great time. And if you like Nintendo content, man, hit us up with a subscribe or drop your thoughts and comments. Drop your opinion on what I just said. That's a good question, chat. So I do appreciate y'all. Let's have a good one. And I'll see y'all soon. Peace.